Hey everyone, welcome to Zero Labs. Today is Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. I'm Mark Brash, your host, aka Whiskey One Mike. And today is a long overdue update from the lab. I'm doing it poor man style with my cell phone, so please forgive me. I am very much in retirement mode these days. Very much enjoying barely remembering what day of the week it is, and having a very good time. So what we're going to talk about today is a Heathkit SB230 linear amplifier. So I picked up this SB230 at the local Southington Amateur Radio Flea Market recently for $150. I picked it up non-working, and immediately recognized that the original owner had let the magic smoke out. This is the cover that went over the RF compartment, and you can see evidence of the magic smoke having billowed upward, and that's the underside, right? And this is the original 8873, otherwise known as unobtainium, because this is what fried. It is dead. Everything else in the linear amplifier is checks out electrically. I'll still be replacing the electrolytic capacitors as good measure, and increasing the value of the capacitance in the high voltage supply. But this is the 8873 that's dead, and obviously it needs to be replaced. It cannot be bought anywhere at any price anymore, so it's not manufactured. I've gone ahead and taken the tube socket out. You can see where the tube socket was, and the way it conducted heat to the heat sink in the back is fairly unique. It did not require forced air cooling. It was held against the back of the heatsink with this particular clamp right here, and with this beryllium oxide insulator sandwiched in between the flat surface of the tube and the back of the heatsink. So it was very quiet. This is a very unique amplifier in that regard. There have been numerous upgrade projects which have shown how to take a GI-7B tube, a Russian-made tube that I purchased and showed up here today. Pretty happy about that. This GI-7B has the same diameter at the base as the 8873, so this grid clamp strap fits on there perfectly if I wanted to use it that way. I won't, but if I wanted to use it that way, I could. So this is the grid. It's going to be electrically grounded grid. This is the cathode right here, and the terminal at the very bottom is the filament terminal, which just happens to be the same size as a 3AG fuse. So I was able to salvage the contact from a 3AG fuse holder, and I'll be using that as my contact for the filament on this GI-7B tube. Now, a number of the retrofit projects that I found online had the GI-7B literally mounted in the enclosure this way, sideways, with a muffin fan sitting blowing air on it. But I want to retain the convection-cooled quality of this linear amplifier and maintain the quietness of it. So I'm working on a method to rebuild it with convection cooling. To that end, I've already taken the nut out of the top hat heatsink from this GI-7B. Just drop it off here, and I'll show you what the tube looks like without it. So this is what the GI-7B looks like without the heatsink, and it just so happens that it fits in here reasonably well. It sits a little bit taller, so the way I plan to get the heat away from the tube is with a solid copper block that will be sandwiched in between, that will be sandwiched against the back of the heatsink. So all I need to do is cut the cabinet a little higher to allow for the copper block elevated height, re-drill the clamp holes up higher to secure the copper block against the back of the heatsink and the beryllium insulator, and I will literally be MacGyvering my tube socket to become part of the original chassis, which is very, very unique. I've never seen anybody do it that way, and I have a feeling that a number of people, once they see this video, will follow my lead in restoring these amplifiers in this way. The only thing I have to worry about is the length of the cathode and the filament sit pretty low inside the chassis, and my tube socket will have to elevate it maybe about 1/4 of an inch. That's not a big deal because I'm going to be using copper finger stock to plug the tube into, and that should hold it that additional 1/4 of an inch higher to keep it off the bottom of the enclosure. I'm pretty excited about this rebuild, and I think it's going to turn out extremely, extremely well. And that's it for now from the lab. Thanks all for your patience. Haven't seen you in a long time. Hope to see you again real soon. And I hope you see way more of me than you want to. I suspect that may be the case. 73s, everyone, from Whiskey One Mike. As always, please rate, share, comment, and subscribe to my videos. And peace.